Salute, salute, salute to everybody. This is your boy King Jr. Got some more boxing news for y'all. So, Jaron Ennis' team, mainly BOZY Ennis, basically was recently talked about actually he was in interviews talking about the Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford fight on how that's going to go. And he was explaining to how the fight's going to basically what both fighters needs to do. And he was mainly talking about Crawford, that what Crawford really needs to do mostly is that Terence Crawford needs to start out very fast on Errol Spence Jr. And you guys know me as I'm an Errol Spence Jr. fan, and I cannot stress this enough, and you guys probably heard me talk about this a lot, is that Terence Crawford computes data very slow. He needs to be able to match the speed of Errol Spence Jr. or he's going to be in big trouble. You cannot start computing data very slow to trying to figure out how to set up Errol Spence Jr. with something, or you're going to be getting into yourself in some serious trouble trying to start out slow while Errol Spence is working you, already finding his range, already closing the gap on you, already getting on the inside of you, working that body and stuff like that. And you're going to be in very big trouble. And he also said, I'm going to repeat it again, he says Terence Crawford needs to start out very fast. He needs to basically get out the way of his usual setting of what he does, compute data very slow, because by then Errol Spence Jr. around the third or fourth round, you're not going to be looking to basically fight, because you're going to be he's basically saying you're going to be looking for one punch, and he's looking at Crawford style, and because he thinks a lot, this is what I don't get. A lot of these Crawford fans, and he's thinking the way I'm thinking, is that they're going to be looking for, they think that Terence Crawford, when Errol Spence Jr. hurt him, or if Errol Spence Jr. knocks him down or something, they're thinking that Terence Crawford's going to redeem himself, and he's just going to press Errol Spence Jr. even harder and looking to get Errol Spence Jr. out with one punch. That's not going to work. According to what BOZY Ennis says, he basically saying that also Errol Spence Jr. is very fundamentally sound. He says even though he's basic, he's very fundamentally sound, and people is looking at him that he's easy to beat, but he's really not, according to what BOZY Ennis is saying. I'm just emphasizing. But let these Crawford fans be fooled. Let them be fooled. If they don't think that a basic Errol Spence Jr. can't beat a Terence Bud Crawford, they are sadly mistaken. I said this before. I think Terence Crawford can beat Errol Spence Jr. if he shows up from 140. I truly believe that. I think a 140-pound Terence Crawford beats Errol Spence Jr. This 147 version does not beat Errol Spence Jr. There is a lot of stuff that is wrong with Terence Crawford's game. There is not a lot of stuff that is wrong with Errol Spence Jr. game. Errol Spence Jr. only has a certain amount of little flaws that he has. Errol Spence Jr. has little. Terence Crawford has a majority of flaws that he needs to correct for this fight. Number one flaw, he needs to stop computing data very slow. He needs to stop being a slow starter and stop letting his opponents get in the aggression. That's why you've seen that Igis Kavaliakis knocked him down in the fight. That's why you've seen the Jose Benavidez Jr. fight. He was having just a little bit of success, but Terence Crawford, he faced the Jose Benavidez that was basically shot in one leg. There's a couple fights. You could even say the David Avanesian fight. Crawford was having just a slightly little bit of trouble dealing with Avanesian's timing. There's a lot of flaws in Crawford's game. There's a second biggest flaw is, will Crawford's athleticism hold up? We don't know. There's another big flaw. Will Terence Crawford be more of a switch hitter instead of staying in orthodox for a few rounds and being a southpaw the whole entire fight? There's a lot of flaws in Terence Crawford's game, but I'm not going to keep this video too long. BOZY Ennis says that Terence Crawford needs to be a fast starter, because if not, he's going to be in very big trouble dealing with Errol Spence Jr. in those mid rounds and late rounds, because Crawford at that time is going to be looking for one punch to get Errol Spence Jr. out, and BOZY Ennis said he's going to be sadly mistaken, because Errol Spence Jr. is fundamentally sound. He's very great on defense. People may think he's very basic, but Crawford is going to be in for a rude awakening. So I'm going to keep this very short, guys. With that being said, guys, it is what it is at the end of the day. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button on your way in and on your way out. This is your boy King Jr. We will be back with some more boxing news. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.